If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. I'm Andrew,
This is Joe.
and this time we're gonna finish the trifecta comic book trivia challenge number 3. If you weren't here for the first two, those are each like 40 questions apiece. This time I think we got 20, maybe a little bit more left. And then we'll probably just riff a little bit at the end there, talk about some things we've been noticing. But before we do that, what's up, Joe?
Not too much. I can't think of any new books I've gotten as far as like big key issues go, but feeling good and hopefully not too many more Brazilian questions. We only got like 20 some odd questions to go through, so a little less than the last two episodes, but excited to wrap this up. But I've had fun doing it and listening back to the episodes before we've been publishing them.
Yeah, I love doing trivia. I'm a sucker for trivia. In the book department, I'll say my one big book I've noticed, I think, since we last recorded is I was able to re-get Invincible Iron Man 55 first appearance of Thanos, Drax, Star Fox, was it Mentor? All kinds of people. I was able to get one of those. The local comic shop had it. It's got a little bit of highlighter at the top, but it's not like the worst thing I've ever seen. So I says, yeah, let's do it. Seeing as how I traded in my old one this year actually, towards my Fantastic Four 4 for Silver Age Namor. And this one's actually got a like nicer, tighter spine and everything. Lays flat at the staple, so it's structurally an upgrade. But other than that, looking forward to the next comic book shop trip.
Yeah, you won, and I should go on a date soon.
Yeah, that'd be tight. Go ransack the joints, do a little comic book crawl.
CBC.
Yeah, CBC. But for
Alrighty.
now, let's whoop some ass at some more trivia, as long as there's no Brazilian or perverted questions,
Okay.
which God
Who
knows there'll
wants
be
to
a
start?
handful. I've been winning a lot lately. Let's see if you can win with the lead.
Okay. Question number one. What style of comic is the Brazilian series Perma Demonica Hovum? Wow.
Everyone knows this one.
You
You
know,
don't.
for as much as we've been quizzed about Brazilian stuff, I'm gonna feel pretty confident in Brazilian comic trivia moving forward. But
We got the edge.
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
What are the options?
so there's pinup, manga, caricatures, and abstract. So I
Oh,
don't think it's manga.
whoa! This guy's getting
Uh,
technical.
I'm gonna go pinup just because these people seem to be perverts.
It's good logic, and they're talking about women, so that's my guess too.
It's manga.
What?
Okay.
Oh, Brazilian
Oh,
manga.
so 0-1 for me. All
Holy
right.
mackerel.
In the TV film G.I. Joe, The Revenge of Cobra, what was the weapon that Destro created for manipulation of the weather?
Oh no. Ted's
So,
gonna be pissed when I get this wrong.
yeah. Oh, I'm going to tell him.
He's gonna hear it.
Well, did you want your multiple choice or do you
Well, of
feel
course I do.
confident?
I don't know.
Okay, so we got the Nemesis Enforcer, Mass Device, Pyramid of Darkness, and Weather Dominator. All those sound pretty cool.
I mean, Weather Dominator seems pretty on the nose, but part of me feels like it's the mass device. I feel like that's something that Destro would do.
If it helps in your decision making, it's the only option that's all caps in mass. The device is spelled normal, but it's capital M, capital A, capital S, capital S. No
I don't give a
periods, though.
shit. Mass device.
It was Weather Dominator.
Well, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's keep it even. I mean, but come on. You think they throw you for a loop?
Yeah. Okay.
Other
Uh,
Dominator is pretty obvious.
Destro
But
was real clever for that one.
for
The
real.
first modern comic book was printed in what year?
Um,
1913, 1923, 1943, 1933. So I know Superman came out in 38 and he was the first like superhero, but I don't know when comic books actually started. So 1943 is not going to be an option. And it's probably the distinction, not magazine, but comic book. I'm going to go 1933.
Is that one of the options?
Yeah, that was correct.
There you go.
Okay, so it was like what, 5 years before Superman? That's cool.
More or less.
All right, 1 point me. Which of the following celebrities had long comic book runs? Dorothy Lamore, Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, and Jane Russell.
What the hell? Who's the second one again?
Bob Hope?
Let's just go with Bob Hope.
Well, I was hoping you were wrong, but you were right.
Isn't there like The Adventures of Bob Hope or something? Like, isn't that a comic book?
That's pretty impressive. I have no idea, to be completely honest with you. So whatever you're thinking is probably correct.
Adventures of Bob Hope. Yeah, that was 109 issues of that. That came out in the 50s. Okay, yeah, I don't know where I pulled that from.
Yeah, that's some deep stuff.
But I don't know what the weather device is called.
Right.
Weather Dominator's too on the nose.
Too easy, too obvious. The supervillain Carnage was transformed with an alien symbiote while sharing a cell with who? Chameleon, Mysterio, Lizard, Venom. So it's got to be Venom.
Venom, 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 venom.
Venom. That was right. Okay. Is that 2-1 so far? Where is the recent location of the base of the Fantastic Four in New York City?
The Baxter Building?
Correct.
Oh,
2-2. Which of these superheroes was not a member of the original Avengers? So there's Iron Man, Hulk, Ant-Man, and Wolverine. So Wolverine was not
oh, come on.
an original Avenger.
They couldn't even have picked another Avenger.
So that's a
The
point.
hell?
Alrighty, let's see where we're at. Who is X-23 the clone daughter of?
Wolverine.
Yep.
But she only got 2 claws and he's got 3.
Why is that?
Well, she's also got 1 in her foot, so she does have 3.
Do you know why that is?
Because she's a clone. I don't know. Because the clone can't be the exact same, but it's the same but different.
You'd think there'd be more though. Why not 4?
4.
Have they ever thought about 4 claws?
That'd be pretty sick.
Pretty cool. Looking like Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
Which of the following comics started in 1938? Popeye, Dick Tracy, Peanuts, and the Beano. I still couldn't find the Beano.
Can never find the Beano. There's the Beano and there's fucking Dick Tracer.
Oh my goodness. All right.
How's he do it?
8, huh?
The Beano.
Give me any one of these, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's Dick Tracy. I don't think it's Popeye.
The Sailor Man.
So I'm between the Beano and Peanuts. Peanuts. I haven't really heard of any Peanuts comics.
Peanuts was a comic. It was like a strip, though.
I haven't like seen them in the wild, like Archie comics, you know.
They're
and
probably
because
like
these
Gold
people
Key.
have referenced the Beano so many times, I'm gonna guess the Beano. Oh, I was right. Okay, cool.
The Beano.
Who was the Scarlet Witch married to?
The Vision.
That's correct.
Very cool.
Okay.
Married to her vibrator. Her Hitachi wand that talks.
Right.
Crazy.
I get it. Not personally, but
oh yeah, it sounds like you do. What the hell? Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't have a husband.
Some say.
Yeah. What is Thor's hammer named?
I like the way you pronounce it. Call it what you're gonna.
you know what I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, I do.
Isn't it like Milnor?
Milnor. To be a fucking neckbeard, actually, it's Mjolnir.
Yeah,
but
you would.
Milnor goes harder though.
Yeah, it does. They should change
Milnor
it.
sounds like it'd be shaped a standard hammer. Like, that'd be cool. Why don't they come out with that, like American Thor?
Milnor the hammer.
Yeah, he wears like a jean jacket, like
It's like
with like no sleeves.
Milnor, Milnor,
Milnor. It's like that's the brand of actual like hammer he uses.
the brand. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's just written on the handle.
It's like a it's 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 like the Stanley of
Yeah.
hammers.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Nightcrawler is the son of whom?
Mystique. And technically Azazel, but they retcon that to Destiny and Mystique.
Good one.
Yeah.
Who is directly below Cyclops in the X-Men chain of command?
Jean Grey, if everything's working out okay.
What?
You said who was directly under Cyclops.
Isn't that my question?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a marriage joke.
It was a sex joke.
Good one. It's my bad. I picked up on it too late. Went right over
We
my
worked
head.
through it. We worked
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
it
yeah.
funnier.
Okay, it's gotta be Jean Grey or Storm though. I'm gonna go Storm,
Cool.
and I'm right.
Hell yeah.
Who is the leader of the Avengers?
I would assume it's Captain America.
You would assume, correct?
He wasn't even a
Who?
founding member.
Well, your other options were Spider-Man, Ant-Man, and Iron Man. So, who is X-Men field leader? Interesting. I'm gonna go Cyclops. You know, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Cool. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. But it's doing that thing where it makes me scroll all the way through. In which city are the Batman comics, cartoons, and film set?
Gotham.
I can't even click on
Some
it.
of these are too easy.
In the Flash Gordon series, what is the name of the master villain?
Oh, cool.
Are you kidding me? So I got LeChuck, Zork, Bobbin, and Ming.
LeChuck. Ming. Ming from comic book, whatever the fucks. It probably is him.
You think he was harassing people back then?
Yeah. Did you know the guy who played Whitney in Smallville was he actually played Flash Gordon for like the TV show that ran for like a whole season?
I did not.
Now you do.
Now I do. I'm gonna go
Back to the
Zork.
question. Zork.
Yeah.
Joe Zork.
Ah, it was Ming, that bastard.
Oh, Ming. That piece
Ming.
of shit.
I know.
We need to put tariffs on Ming.
Oh, what is the name of the Kryptonian house that Superman belongs to?
The House of L.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Which of these is a character from the Little Loda series? Snowy, Midge, Nermal, and Dot.
Isn't Nermal the cat from Garfield? The other cat from Garfield?
I actually don't know, but that could be right.
I think that's that, but
So you're telling me it's not Nermal.
I mean, it could be Nermal. I don't know what Little Lotta or whatever them are up to.
So what's your answer?
Didn't I just answer mine?
No, because, yeah, dang it.
Yeah, you dingaling.
It's my turn.
Yeah, it is. The
Ugh.
answer is Brazilian bullshit. Take your best guess.
I don't think it's
I was
Snowy.
helping you.
I don't think it's Nermal. So it's either going to be Midge or Dot. I'm going to
What's
guess
it gonna-
Midge.
Yeah.
Dot.
Oh.
I thought maybe Little Loda meant like a little person and Midge could be right.
That's I know I wasn't thinking that way, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm wrong. So it's
Oh.
all for none. In 2005's Fantastic Four movie, who is the main villain?
Wait, in 2005's?
Yeah.
It's Galactus.
No.
Oh, it's Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Doctor Doom. No, yeah, because the Rise of the Silver Surfers is Galactus.
Well, there's only one other question, and it's hard to split between the two of us, so I'll just read it out loud and we'll talk through it.
Sure.
Before becoming a foe to Spider-Man, Mysterio was what? A defense attorney, a Hollywood
He was
effects maker, an
he was that.
NYPD detective, and
Nope.
state congressman. Yeah, it's a Hollywood effect maker.
There's nothing to talk through on that one, buddy.
Yeah, that one was easy.
Yeah.
All righty.
Wow.
Well, that's it. You know, I love trivia. I especially love comic book trivia. There's definitely some holes in my knowledge of comic history, but doesn't mean you can't enjoy the medium. Love comic books nonetheless. I forget a lot of stuff, but it doesn't mean I'm stupid. Maybe it does. I don't know.
No.
But that was fun. In retrospect, there were some really good questions, but if they could omit a lot of the Brazilian stuff, that would have been better. Maybe
Yeah.
we could find a different list some other time down the road when we revisit this. I don't know. How do you feel?
No, I'm with you. I thought it was fun. I mean, I love trivia. I'm very competitive. You can ask my coworkers. Like I win like every time we run it, actually. And that's just about general stuff, not just comics. But no, I love doing trivia. I hope we can do this again. I hope we can source another list that, yeah, like you said, doesn't have a bunch of Brazilian questions on there because that was probably about a good dozen that are just our complete blind spots. You'd be better off asking us about Japanese stuff than Brazilian stuff. But like I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's definitely aimed at the more casual person, I would say. I mean, we say we're comic book junkies, but we do have our blind spots. But I mean, I could get a lot more specific than those questions, and I bet you I'd still hit on a good amount. We're just
Yeah,
talking like the big two.
I feel like the hard questions were actually really good, but there were too many easy questions too. So it was
Yeah.
kind of 50-50 for me. That being said, I know it's something that you're not really into as much as I am, but modern comics. So Marvel has dug their heels into this ultimate universe, right? It kind of started with Spider-Man, and then Black Panther, and then the Avengers, and now they're doing ultimate everything.
Hmm.
And all of it kind of sucks other than Ultimate Spider-Man, to be honest with you. But now I see DC doing the same exact thing with this absolute universe. Now people are all excited about Batman, Wonder Woman, and to me, it just looks like more New 52. Am I crazy?
Yeah, it looks to me like some like 90s type beat. Like it's just more like doubling down on like being grimdark and like so based in reality, which I get like DC is the one that's more based in reality somehow, even though like the whole pantheon is gods. But the one that takes itself too serious, I feel like they're really just doubling down on that. And I'm not here to disparage anybody who, works and does it because I'm can't write a comic book worth a damn. It'd probably take me a while. But there's a lot of like I feel like we're giving the direction of these like lines and initiatives to like the wrong folk, and then there's like no clear vision after a few months, and then it just devolves into more crap. Which I have heard good reviews on some of this stuff, and it sounds like it's selling pretty well. So if you do like it, like good for you. I mean, maybe I'm just closed-minded and should read it, but just like it's a visual medium, and all of the promotional art and like the descriptions I've heard don't really match like what I'm looking for, I think. Maybe I'm just an old curmudgeon. But I don't know. It doesn't really interest me. I mean, the ultimate or the absolute Martian Manhunter looks a little interesting because that's at least like a different take on a character that never gets a book. But I don't need like another, oh, Batman isn't as rich, but he's the size of a space marine. Like he's 8 feet tall and 10 feet wide, like a Rob Liefeld drawing, and he has wings. Like, okay, whatever, bro. I don't need that. You know what I mean? And like Superman, if he was more twinkified and more of an alien than human, it's like I don't care about that either. And then just like evil hell, well, looks like evil hell Wonder Woman, but she's got like an anime sword and is still good. Like I don't want that. I mean, like whoever is reading it, good for you. I mean, I'm just not getting it. Like I'm gonna stand on the sidelines unless they got something really interesting. I don't know.
Well, to me, it just sounds, and I could be wrong, but it almost seems like it's a direct response to Marvel's Ultimate Universe. And I feel like if you're going to
Yeah.
commit to something like that, you got to really think about the long term and not just the short term.
Yeah, I don't know though, because then if it does suck, they can just go ahead and like cut them at like 12 issues or something like that, or and just be like, oh, that was like a time and place, like an Elseworlds type deal, and it's over. But yeah, it does seem like they're just ramping up in response to the ultimate thing, which I don't know. I mean, it's fair to have because it kind of gives a different flavor of the same characters, but it's also it just really lends itself to the fact that continuity is basically just gone by the wayside. And there's pros and cons to that, but it just feels like you're not giving enough of a shit about the mainline runs. And now you're pumping out this and putting all your effort and promotional materials into this. And it's just, I don't know. I just want something that feels like the good old superheroes of like the yesteryear. I don't want all this dark crap. Didn't we have enough of that in the 90s, Like, how refreshing is this stuff? It just looks like more violent and edgy version of what we already have, which is already more violent and edgy than it was like 40 years ago.
Yeah, 100%. It's just like if you can't get the main title right, what makes you think that you're going to get this right? And I don't think people are bored of the characters, so I don't think we need these Elseworld derivatives of the characters. I think you just need to like be loyal to the continuity and make a good story within that. Am I
Yeah, I
wrong for
mean,
that?
Well, the whole thing nowadays is like the whole trade-based thing, and you need the tagline to sell trades of like, oh, this is gonna change it all, or like, oh, this is a shocking revelation, or this is a whole different origin for your favorite character. And it's just like, I guess that's more exciting to the casuals or whoever is just like glancing at this stuff. Like, if you just put like, oh, hey, this is like six really interesting, good Batman detective stories, no one's gonna give a shit. If there's no like edgy or not edgy, but there's no like event branding title or like big arc name on it or something, like can't we just go off of like fit and feel of the character? Like they're established, what they've been. Like, is it that crazy to still want that, but kind of just give us a good story? It doesn't have to be like world changing. Because I mean, look at the Batman main title. Like Alfred's been dead for how long? Batman's been broke for how long? And they keep trying to do that exact same thing like over and over, even when the new people come on. They just keep trying to change it because I mean, I guess they gotta try and make their mark, but like it doesn't mean anything because it's been happening so much. Like all of these like earth-shattering changes don't mean shit because every either new writing new creative team that comes on either changes it barely kind of, or like they haven't changed the status quo from what it was, or the new grimdark event's gonna do the same thing again. It's just they don't let the books breathe like for more than like half a year at a time. And it's just like realistically, that's like six issues of like it being good before they like shift everything again.
Yeah. I feel like have you guys tried writing a story that's not grim and dark?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
even like what would be refreshing? Maybe if you wanted to this is just me spitballing and I could be wrong too, but like do like a fun Batman story because he's always dark. Or if you want to go a little darker, maybe you could bring that element to a character that hasn't traditionally been dark. Although I could just, bypass all the dark stuff, to be honest with you.
yeah, for real.
It can be done well, but very seldom, and so I ain't gonna rely on it. But yeah, like try to create like a non-grim, dark whoever and see how far you get. I think that would be better for me, and I spend a lot of money on my pull.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It's just I feel like I've said it 1,000 times what my problem is with all this stuff nowadays. I just feel like the same, the level of I don't know whether it's like the how much real life issues are really tossed into the book. And yes, I understand that the comics have been political and are reflective of our society for like a long time. But like with how stressful everything is, nowadays, it's like, do we really got to put all that in the books? We got to put all this like mental health stuff in the books. It's like, I don't care if Batman is like literally actually a psychopath. That's not why anyone likes the character. You know what I mean? We,
That, and then I also feel like there's like an uneven distribution as far as like artists and writers go. I feel like there's a lot of good artists that I like, but there's not a lot of great comic writers that I'm enjoying in real time, I guess.
yeah, I mean, there's like a handful that like I can kind of trust, and like it will vary from project to project. But I feel like the era of finding a writer or someone that you could follow from book to book is over. Like, I don't think anyone's got that pull nowadays.
Yeah, like I like Wade, I like Williamson. There's a few guys, but yeah, it does seem a little more far and few between. But there's a lot of artists that I still enjoy, so I don't know. I'm all for creating a super team and putting them on a book and seeing how far that goes.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all that. I mean, it just is what it is. I don't think any of this is really enticing me too much. And on a personal note, I noticed that like for All In or whatever, that new initiative that DC's doing, that the whatchamacallit, the direction changed on Batman and Robin, and I forgot to drop it in time. So I bought the first issue on accident, and God, was that stupid. I don't know. People are like this guy. Apparently he did okay on Action Comics. I don't know. I didn't see anything that was making me feel like this was any type of special. But it just sucks though. It's like that too. It's like anymore, like you get a taste of something you like, and then the creative team ends up changing. You're just like, oh, well, I got like 10, 12 issues maybe, and then it's like you got to drop it in the middle of the run because like you can't keep paying $5 for like a book that's not good. You know what I mean? Or even if it's not like the worst, it's just kind of mid. It's just like I can't pay $5 for like 20 minutes of entertainment is just like whatever.
Sure, no, I agree. The last point I'll bring to this segment is outside of the big two, I do like the effort Image has gone through with getting like the GI Joe and Transformers kind of back to the forefront and having like an actual brand to stand behind it, because I feel like a lot of those stories were lost in the weeds of like weird publishers like Boom and
IDW.
the IDW and stuff like that. So I do like what they're doing. I think it's even better than their indie comics, just bringing back some titles that just didn't have the right branding. And I've read some of the monster stuff to come out, like Creature from the Black Lagoon and now Frankenstein. And overall, it's been pretty good. And then Berger and I've been reading that those horror and science books by EC Comics.
I like those.
Yeah,
I
so like
think,
stuff like that's been better than what's coming from the big two.
yeah, on the EC stuff, I really like that. I think that the sci-fi book Cruel Universe is the clear better book than the Tales from the Abyss. But I do like this. I do like the like anthology style. They'll just pack like three, four, five stories in one of those issues, and it's just kind of refreshing because I am mostly reading like superhero ongoings and stuff. But I am excited for when Cruel Universe ends because Cruel Kingdom will come out. That'd be like sword and sorcery type stuff, fantasy. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Only one I'm skipping is Shiver Suspense Stories because I don't know what it is, but like Christmas based horror, I don't. It's not for me. I feel like that's a pretty niche market.
Word. I agree. The science one is a better title, but I don't really got much more to add.
Cool. Well, that's that. That's the end of the trivia challenge. You just got our like State of the Union on modern books again. So, take that knowledge with you next time you go into the comic book shop. Only look for cool stuff, nothing lame. Hit us up on social media at CBJ Pod on Instagram, CBJ Podcast on Facebook, Comic Book Junkies everywhere. If you need that extra little, you're not seeing us, type in Comic Book Junkies Podcast, tell a friend, rate, review, subscribe, all the usual malarkey. It does help spread our reach, which would be tight because we'd love to talk to more of you. And yeah, thanks for listening to us. We'll cook up something good for you for next time, and we will see you then.
Later.